on, ladies and gentlemen? My name is Kevin Jackwitz. This is the Caged Match, and this is my review for AEW Revolution for 2/29/20 yesterday. So I'm caught up now. Holy shit, that's great news. So your pre-show, the only match that you have is SCU versus Dark Order. It was a good match, man. It really was. Frankie Kazarian, Scorpio Sky, Stu Grayson, I think is really, really impressive too. The only guy that I'm not really too fond of is Evil Uno. He's big and he can barely move. But that being a minor complaint because it was a very good match overall. Dark Order does get the win. Then the Dark Order attack SCU. And then of all people, Colt Cabana comes out, who is from Chicago, and this was in Chicago. So that was cool. Colt Cabana, he comes in, he starts trying to take care of Dark Order. Dark Order turn it around on Colt Cabana, start beating his ass. And then they have this guy that comes out like the Dark Order's like leader, the main priest dude, whatever. And the dude throws his robe off and it's Christopher Daniels and he goes straight after the Dark Order too. So that was kind of where they end things. They push the Dark Order back. Very cool opening though. I mean, no big deals there, but still a fun match. And they do a little Jurassic Express interview where it was mainly Luchasaurus kind of doing his dinosaur gimmick. That fell a little flat for me. I love Luchasaurus. I think he's a phenomenal talent. But that was getting a little cheesy if I'm being honest. That starts the main show though with Dustin Rhodes and Jake Hager. And I'm kind of glad they started it with this match just because it only picks up from here. Dustin Rhodes, I love the guy. For his age, he is phenomenal. He's got a hell of a gas tank still. So that's impressive by itself. He takes on Jake Hager. And it was kind of what you expected. Dustin Rhodes would start hot and heavy. Jake Hager would dominate a lot. And you'd have a couple of back and forths, but eventually Jake Hager would win. And that was the case. And one of the cool little side plots here, Jake Hager comes out and kisses his wife. And it's like this long drawn out kiss. And then at one point, Dustin Rhodes kicks Jake Hager down. And the wife from the audience goes to slap Dustin Rhodes. And instead he blocks it and kisses her. Gets a bunch of his face makeup on her. That was pretty cool. So yeah, man, it was a decent way to start out the show. It wasn't a high octane way to start out the show, but it was cool. But then you get Sammy Guevara versus Darby Allin, and this was just a damn good match. These guys, right off the bat, went after each other before the match even started. Sammy Guevara comes out first. Darby Allin comes out, dives straight through the ropes before the match bell sounds. Hits Sammy Guevara on the outside, and they just go after each other, and they're doing all kind of crazy shit. Very, very cool. Sammy Guevara sets up a table outside of the ring, goes to the top rope while Darby Allin's on the table outside, does a 450. That just looked painful as hell. So hats off to both of those guys. They did some crazy shit. At the end of the day, Darby Allin won after a very, very good match. Then you get the Young Bucks versus Adam Page and Kenny Omega. Oh my god, dude. The crowd, first of all, was all behind Kenny Omega. Kenny Omega, but also rather Adam Page. They were really behind Adam Page. There were even chants of fuck 'em up, cowboy, fuck 'em up. I thought that was pretty funny. This was a great tag team clinic, though. Young Bucks, they're so high energy, and they have so many cool moves that you just don't see any other team do. They are ridiculously athletic. Same for Adam Page and Kenny Omega, to be very honest. This match was what tag team wrestling is all about. It really was. It was textbook tag team. At the end of the day, you did have some friction between Adam Page and the Young Bucks and Adam Page and Kenny Omega, but Adam Page hits a slingshot lariat at the end, gets the win. Kenny Omega shakes hands with the Young Bucks. Adam Page doesn't. He walks out of the ring. He waits for Kenny Omega. Looks for a second like he was actually going to do a slingshot lariat to Kenny Omega. Thinks about it, stops, lets Kenny Omega come out. So obviously they're going for the Adam Page heel turn. After that, you got Chris Statlander versus Nyla Rose. This wasn't... this was kind of like the break match for me. I really like Chris Statlander. I think she's really talented. Definitely strong as hell. Nyla Rose, I'm not as big a fan of. I've never been into the body type, brawler style. It's just not my thing. And although Nyla Rose, I will give her credit, she can move and do some cool things like swantons and, all that's fine. But overall, not always impressed with her, in the ring. At the end of the day, she hits Chris Statlander with a powerbomb from the middle turnbuckle or top rope. I think it was top rope. And actually, that was really awkward because they were both struggling to get Chris Statlander up into position. And so Nyla Rose kind of had to do a half powerbomb from the top rope. But either way, she wins, and there you go. Then you get MJF with Wardlow versus Cody with the Nightmare Family. Downstate comes out with the song that Cody comes out to. And much like Adam Page's chance, you get a chance to fuck him up, Cody, fuck him up, which I thought was hilarious. And it looked like that was going to be the case for most of the match. Unfortunately, it didn't turn out that way. It was kind of slower paced match, definitely more methodical. They did have some cool moves, definitely some good spots they worked through here. At one point, MJF got busted up pretty good. And then Cody hits one crossroads, two crossroads, and as he's going for the third crossroads, MJF kicks him in the head. So you would think he'd already be unconscious by this point. And then he puts on that ring that he won, and he hits Cody with it, knocks him out cold, gets the win. It was a good match. I really liked the story they were telling with it, and this was definitely a story match, not a spot match. And that's cool, man. I mean, it's cool to have that in your show. I mean, one of the great things about AEW is they mix it up quite a bit. And this was the very cool story about Cody trying to get his comeuppance with MJF and coming up short because the heel does heel shit. After that, you get Pac versus Orange Cassidy. Trent and Chuck are out there. Really good match, dude. Orange Cassidy, first time he's actually shown his wrestling ability in AEW. He's done some stuff before, and actually some stuff you see in this match. But you definitely get to see some of the cool shit that he does, and it's awesome, dude. Really, really cool. Damn good match all the way around. Pac, I didn't expect him to lose to Orange Cassidy, especially after losing to Kenny Omega. They still want Pac to look strong. So what they did is they had the Lucha Brothers come out, and they attacked Chuck and Trent. And so while Orange Cassidy was distracted, Pac capitalized, put him in a submission hold, and gets the win. So after that, you have the final match of the night, Jon Moxley versus Chris Jericho, with the Inner Circle, of course. At one point, Santana Ortiz and Sammy Guevara are getting a little too active in the match, so the referee tells them all to go back. So then it's just Chris Jericho with Jon Moxley. And these two, you knew it was going to be a good match. They go through the crowd, and there's a lot of lenience there from the referee, of course. They were talking about that on commentary. And it was very cool because, I talked about how Jericho, even in the downtimes in matches or like little rest periods, he'll find a way to make things entertaining, like grabbing signs from the audience members, and he puts it around his neck and he's fighting with that on. He grabbed the camera from the cameraman who was on the stairs, and he's holding the camera looking at Jon Moxley and flipping him off through the camera lens. Just little things that, he does that just makes it a damn good match. And, you got to give Chris Jericho all due props, man. He's damn good at what he does. He really is. And Moxley as well. Moxley, he's just been a mainstay in the main event picture for several years now. So, at the end of the day, John Moxley takes off his eye patch. He's kind of been playing possum for a while. He can see just fine. He takes out Chris Jericho with a paradigm shift. Moxley is the new AEW champion. Very cool. Moxley cuts a promo after the match saying that this belt belongs to the fans just as much as it does him, and they are the reason AEW is doing as well as they are. So it was a very cool promo. I really respected that, honestly, because it's cool to acknowledge the fans when it is the fans that made your company. So very, very cool, man. Revolution from start to finish was really, really good. It really was. They had some damn good matches. They had some slower pace, but even the slower pace matches were working on a story. And that's what I really liked about it. Like Cody and MJF, for example. Dustin Rhodes and Jake Hager, I think was probably the slowest match. But come on, man. Dustin's fucking... How old is he now? I don't even know. But all credit in the world to that guy. Like, I'm still walking when I get to his point. I'll be lucky. So, it was just all the way good, dude. It was just phenomenal. 10 out of 10. That's where I'm at with it. You knew it was going to be. It was just a phenomenal pay-per-view. So let me know what you guys think about it in the comments below. If you enjoyed this, hit the like button, subscribe, and share. My name is Kevin Jackowitz, Cage Nation. Out.